So as you know, on this channel, I've called for an answer from the social sciences to what we're seeing and what we've seen for a long time with the hijack narrative. And so far, it's been something that's been overlooked by those who would call for a fourth political theory. And it's, for the most part, an unexplored trajectory, with notable exceptions. And those exceptions we have to honor. Think of Dr. Kevin Barrett, who's done scholarly research on false flag as a clash of civilizations. But in 2006, there was the entire journal of the American Behavior Scientists. They publish like 12 times a year. American Behavior Scientists dedicated the entire journal to this concept that's been developed called Scad, State Crimes Against Democracy, where they use September 11th as a template for understanding how these hijack narratives could occur. It's very, very scholarly research within the social sciences and within linguistics. And I'd just like to read some of the abstracts for the articles, and then going into reading one of the articles. Okay, so to get started, so this is the abstract to one of the articles. The eclipses of due diligence, reading the official account of the 9/11 incidents, continue being ignored by scholars of policy and public administration. This article introduces an intellectual context for examining the policy heuristic State Crimes Against Democracy, or Scad, 2006, and its usefulness for better understanding patterns of state criminality, of which no extant policy and analytic model gives adequate account. This article then introduces papers included in the symposium examining the chimerical presence and perfidious legacy of state crimes against democracy. And what they conclude is very interesting, that when there are crimes against democracy, when there are political crimes, investigations into these crimes tend to be highly controlled, tightly framed, and totally reliant on institutions and organizations that would stand to be embarrassed by such investigations. There's another one, and this is the abstract. I quote, the article opens with an inventory of how popular culture passion plays are homologous to the stampeding disenfranchisement everywhere of working classes and the emasculation of professional codes of ethics under siege by neoliberal initiatives and gambits. The article then examines a recent example of contemporary deconstructive scholarly analysis and inventory of presidential Orwellian doublespeak. The preoccupation among contemporary critical scholarship with discourse analysis and language gambits is criticized for displacing interrogation of real event anomalies, as with the porous account given by the 9/11 Commission for what happened that fateful day. The article concludes by explaining how critical scholarship consistently falls short of unmasking master signifiers. So, to put in other words, there is a preoccupation among contemporary critical scholarship with discourse analysis and language gambits. It's part of this postmodern world that we live in. But they criticize current discourse analysis for ignoring real event anomalies. Okay, so do you want to hear some of the article?